Our next coach this morning is the head coach of the Presbyterian College Blue Hose, Harold Nichols. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Mark.
PC evens the conference record to 500 with a 7-3 win at Charleston Southern, second win over a nationally ranked program, 4-3 overall, and home against Monmouth on Saturday. If we could open up, talk about the defensive game against CSU, and then we'll start taking questions.
Well, it certainly was a great college football game. It was definitely worth the price of admission. Two good teams competing. Really proud of our players. They're very resourceful and resilient during the day. Obviously we made a lot of mistakes during the day that cost us dearly at some stages during the game, but just proud of our kids. They just kept answering the bell every time, and the defensive side of the ball obviously would play extremely well. Got some turnovers late in the game that helped, and was able to come out with a great win on the road. It's hard to win on the road, like you heard Coach McCray talking about earlier, and our conference is so good, and got so much respect for Coach Chadwell and his football team, and just feel very fortunate to come out of there with the victory. We turned the page to Monmouth. Coach Callahan's got his team playing very well. They are a 5-1 football team coming in here. They average over 450 yards of offense a game. They're averaging 39 points a game. They only give up 100 yards rushing. So we're trying to figure out a way to hopefully be able to stop them, and or at least try to slow them down at least, and try to find a way for us to be able to put some points on the board offensively. And you get to this point in the year, and hopefully you continue to play on an incline and continue to get better each week, and that's going to be our sole focus. But this certainly is a great conference with great coaches, and this is a time of the year that is really exciting for college football, and just so fortunate and blessed to be a part of it.
All right, thank you, Coach. At this time, we'll move to questions for Presbyterian College head coach Harold Nichols. To ask a question, please press *1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser and click raise hand if you join us via the web. Questions for PC head coach Harold Nichols. And, Coach, first question for you is from Craig Haley of the Sports Network. Go ahead, Craig.
Hi, Coach. How are you?
Greg, I'm doing great. How are you?
Real well, thank you. Coach McCray and Coach Gill alluded to the depth and strength of the Big South. You're now the dean of the coaches in the league. Can you kind of reflect on how the Big South has grown to this level?
Well, I think it's probably multi-layered. I think it starts with our conference office and our commissioner, and the tone that they set for all the member institutions. I think that there's been a commitment made by all of the schools that are in the Big South, to improve their programs, their facilities, and to try to get to a point where you can compete on a national level. We've got some great administrators in our league, and you heard Coach Gill and Coach McCray. I mean, there's great coaches in this league. I mean, we're really very fortunate, to have this level of coaching here in the Big South, because every week it is such a grind to prepare when you get in here, and I think what we've been able to do outside of the conference, against outside FCS competition, that's been something that has been an emphasis placed on us by the conference, and that if we're going to be able to be relevant on a national stage, strength of schedule is important, and then you got to be successful on the field and perform on Saturday afternoons, and so I think there's a lot of things, a lot of factors that go into it, but we've got a great league of schools that that have made a big commitment to college athletics, and in particular college football.
Sure, and with that in mind, what is the next step for your conference?
That is a great question. I think that it's hard for us as coaches to think on that kind of level. We just get so bogged down by the week-to-week grind. Looking at a big picture for us is kind of hard this time of the year. I think that we've got a lot of good teams in our league, and I think that we've proved that on the field on Saturday afternoons against outside FCS competition. You heard Mark early in the call. We're 21-5 against outside competition, and which is an outstanding record. And I know when you start getting into multiple bids out of your conference, along with the automatic bids you get, I think that strength of schedule and the performance that you have on Saturday will hopefully be in the minds of the committee as they start passing out bids for a chance to play for the national championship in the tournament.
Sure. Thank you, Coach. Best of luck.
Craig, thank you.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay. Coach, next question from you is from, I believe it's Chris Lang of Lynchburg News in Advance.
Hey, Harold, how are you?
Hey, Chris, how we doing?
Good, thanks. I just wanted to ask you, in the big picture of your program, getting that sort of win that you got this past week and doing it on the road, what is the greater meaning of that?
Well, I just, this year we've had some, monumental wins for us. It's been a long journey for us in building this thing. And, it's just validation for all the hard work that our players have put in. And, I finally got to the point where I've got some older kids in the program that understand the process of preparation that it takes in order to win games on Saturday. And this football team, and I think I may have mentioned it back during the summer when we talked, that I really like this football team. That I think as a coach, sometimes you can just sense you got good football character and you got good chemistry, and you got some kids with a little bit of ability and that play well together. And I think that's kind of what's happened. And it's a very workmanlike atmosphere here. Very fortunate and blessed to have the limited success that we've had up to this point, but just love our kids and love what the passion that they bring to these games on Saturday, and it's very fulfilling for me and our coaching staff to be able to have these kids be able to celebrate wins on Saturday. And but we've had some big ones, like you say, and it's been a long time coming. And it's kind of the vision that I had when I came here. And but we've still got a lot of work to do. There's no doubt about it. And we got a lot of tough games ahead of us.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Coach, next question for you is from Jeremy Shearling of the NewJerseyNewsroom.com.
Hi, Coach. How are you?
Jeremy, I'm doing good. How is it up there in Jersey today?
Fine. It's cloudy, but it's all right. I wanted to talk to you today because Monmouth, obviously brand new into this conference, is facing a bunch of opponents who they've never really played before, except for Liberty. So, when did you start to do your research on Monmouth? When did you start to look at game film? And how challenging is it to face a team that you know very little about in terms of schemes and stuff like that?
Well, I think that you do some prep work in the summer before the season starts. I don't think that where you get a general idea of schemes and stuff as you prepare and you're playing practices in August and that kind of thing. And so, we've been able to kind of get a game plan over the course of time, but really start narrowing in on your next week's opponent, Saturday after the game. So we've kind of, looked at, their games against, the teams that they've played this year, and try to get tendencies and, things that they like to do and favorites, and you just build the game plan as you work through the week on both sides of the ball. I was at the University of Rhode Island for 8 years, and I was at Bucknell for a year, so I've got a little bit of familiarity with the level of football and the quality of football that Monmouth plays. And when I was at Bucknell, we played Duquesne and Robert Morris. I've served on a committee with Coach Callahan for a couple of years, and familiar with him and how great of a coach he is and what kind of person and program he runs. Who also competed against Coach Morris, Kevin Morris, the offensive coordinator there at Monmouth. He was at UMass for a few years when I was at the University of Rhode Island, and quality person and coach. And it's going to be a big challenge for us. There is some unfamiliarity, obviously, of them coming into the conference this year, but they're a quality opponent. You don't go 5-1 in this league. It's hard to win games in college football, and they're 5-1 with a good schedule and are playing at a high level with a lot of confidence. So, the game plan, to answer your question, is something that goes through the course of the week, and hopefully we'll get them ready to play on Saturday.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
All right, Jeremy. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. And Coach, next question is for you. It's from Eddie Acapini from the Shore Sports Monmouth Digital Network.
Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. Your name is again, sir?
Sorry, it actually was pronounced correctly. It's Eddie Acapinti. I'm one of the broadcasters from Monmouth University.
Oh, Eddie, nice to meet you.
Coach, nice to meet you as well. Looking forward to Saturday and coming down to South Carolina. And just to build on Jeremy's point, obviously with the new opponent, Monmouth, coming in, and neither team seeing each other up until this point. Talk about your squad a little bit and the emotion of that big win last week and then coming into a homecoming game. We just had ours a few weeks ago. We know how great homecoming is on campus. So maybe just chat about where your team's at right now, getting ready for this unique matchup.
Yeah, well, I think, obviously, had a good road victory Saturday, and we talk to our kids all the time. You get 24 hours to either analyze the defeat or celebrate the victory, and we've kind of done that all year. This game will stand on its own merit, and I really don't believe what we did last week or 3 weeks ago will have anything to do with this game on Saturday. The mindset of our kids, we do have some older kids on the team that have some maturity about them and understand the process of preparation, and that's something that's been something that we've harped on all year, and our kids have done a really good job of getting ready to play each week, and I don't think this will be any different. Obviously it's a conference game now, and that takes added meaning, obviously, so I don't think last week's game or the emotion of it will have any effect on this Saturday. I think our kids understand and are mature enough to know that, we've got 11 one-game seasons for us, and this game will stand on its own merit, and we've got to get prepared to play against a really good Monmouth team.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it. Good luck Saturday, obviously. Looking forward to coming down to Clinton for the first time.
Well, Eddie, we'll look forward to having you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. And Coach, I'm going to fire one more question at you, then we'll let you go. You're going to be playing your third conference game. Monmouth will be playing its first. Is there any advantage, disadvantage, or is there any difference that from your standpoint?
I don't think so. I think, they've played a lot of good teams on their schedule already this year, and, I think they add a lot to our conference when they come in. They're a quality program. They've made a commitment to football there, and, like I say, my experiences of being up north there for the little bit of time I was up there, I know what kind of athletes they have and the quality of coaching. And so, I think, obviously been in the league here for a little bit, understand the competition that's in the Big South, and obviously the record that we've had this year playing against outside competition. I'm sure Coach Callahan will have his team ready to play, and it should be another great college football game, another great Big South game.
All right, thank you, Coach. That's all the questions we have. I appreciate your time, and good luck Saturday against Monmouth.
Mark, thank you so much. Appreciate all you guys do, and wish everybody luck in the league here.
All right, thanks, Coach.